Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Sonny here, coming at you guys with another Neverwinter video. And before we jump into this video, I want to say thank you guys so much. We hit 1,700 subscribers. I can't say anymore. I can't say thank you enough. I know I say it a lot, but truly, bro, we're killing it. I said we want to hit 2 grand by the end of the year, and we're on pace to kill it. We're not even halfway. We're still not even at the halfway mark in this year, and you guys are going crazy with it. So with this video, guys, enough rambling. We're just going to jump straight into it. By the title and thumbnail, you already know why you clicked on. We're going to be talking about Mod 18 and kind of my final impressions. I always like to do these kind of videos. I did my first impressions of Mod 18. You know, I did first impressions for Mod 17. You know, and now that Mod 18, I feel, is not coming to an end, but definitely has ran its course in my opinion. I didn't really play that heavily in the beginning, and I still find myself right now to this day, and it's only, what's today's date? Time of recording this, May 13th, and we still probably have another good 2 months before Mod 19 drops, right? So we still got some time before Mod 19 here on console, so I figured I'd bring you guys this video, you know, kind of breaking down Mod 18. So let's just jump into topic 1. Unfortunately for me, I still can't get over the fact that, you know, this is essentially just a stronghold map. Still, it does bother me, even though I have just gotten over it. I just wish eventually, like, enough of these reskins, enough of just, you know, trying to just touch up a little bit of the graphics. You know, they made it darker, they made shit, you know, rip apart, but honestly, a whole new zone would have been better. So that's number 1 for me. Number 2, essentially, we're just running SEs. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun, it's time consuming, but it's boring. You know, once I hit my 400 a week cap on seals, that's pretty much it. I usually don't run heroics. I'll do my IC. I don't really need to run IC anymore. I already got my pieces of gear, and with this mod, with the new Lionheart gear, you can only buy gear for your specific class that you're running on. So it's not like I can even, you know, stock up on these pieces and buy it from my cleric or buy it from my war, you know, any other class. I can only buy it for my barbarian. So it's a little stupid. I wish you would have been able to buy it for any class. I really don't see the big deal. But I digress about that. Another thing is, the storyline in itself was really short to me. It wasn't that hard. It was literally just rinse and repeat missions, which I get it. You know, that's kind of the fold of how things work, but it's really stale. It's really getting old. It really needs to change. You know, I know Mod 19, they got this whole new plan worked out. I'm just waiting for it to come out to see before I really speak too heavily on it, because you never know. In Neverwinter, I always say they got to come with the next mod. We still are to be determined, right? Things always can change. You never know. They could tell you one thing and do another thing. But we're talking about Mod 18. We're getting a little too far ahead. Another thing is, as you can see in the background, they got the ape going on. Now, one of the problems about this map is it's just so much of a pain in the dick to traverse, if you know what I mean. Like, some missions require you to go up here, and then some missions require you to go all the way down here, and some missions are right here in the beginning. But the only problem is, you can't, some of these ways are blocked. Right, like right here is blocked, so you can't just simply jump across here. You literally got to go all the way down, or vice versa. You can't just come up here. You got to go all the way down and all the way back around. And they do have fast spawns, you know, in these 2 locations somewhere like around here that just brings you right back to the beginning. But at the same time, still, it's just nice to be able to get around the map without as much problems, in my opinion. There's a shit ton of enemies around this map, so if you don't have a quick mount, you're definitely getting knocked off. That's one of the things I've noticed. So I don't really run into that problem too often, but still, that in myself, it's like if you don't have a legendary mount with the boon speed, you're getting knocked off, it seems, because there's just mobs at everywhere you go, besides in that indoor spot, and occasionally a little bit around the campfire. Another thing that I want to talk about real quick is the dungeon itself, Inferno Citadel. I finally got to unlock it. I posted my video of me running it the first time. You know, I was a little heated running it, but I did learn the mechanics a little bit better. It's still overall not a bad dungeon. I just think the mechanics are a little wonky. I think they could have been a little bit executed way better. Example, the first boss, there's nothing really to it. If the tank just holds aggro, which You know, it is an end game dungeon, so the tank should be able to hold aggro. No disrespect to any tanks out there, you know. But you hold the aggro, and you literally just have them face one way, and you face the other way, and the DPS beats them up. First boss is easy. Second boss is, I don't know what the hell they were on when they thought of that boss, because they just decided, hey, let's just throw fire in it and call it done and call it a boss fight, because there is no rhyme, there's no rhythm, there's no scheme. The narrowness of the hallway is so small. You know, if the DPS isn't really that heavy, the fire consumption on the floor gets ridiculous. The AoEs are just one-shotted. Like, if you get caught up, even if you just slip it, you get caught up, you get one-shotted. There's like, the lava on the floor is automatic one-shot, right? That explosion. If you get caught, you know, by those wing imps, and somebody doesn't kill you quick enough, you get one-shotted. So that was a little pain in the butt. You know, if you have a good group, it's good, but, you know, generally speaking, it's a pain in the butt. The third boss, again, the mechanics aren't too bad. A little wonky, I feel like sometimes it gets annoying because they got those little, you know, I guess it's part of the dungeon, but they got those little things that, you know, throw you into the fire, and that's just a pain in the butt, because sometimes you literally have a meteor dropping on you, and as you're dropping it on you, you get thrown into the fire, and then it still drops down and destroys the whole platform. So it could just be a mess at sometimes, that boss fight. But in terms of the dungeon as a whole, I'd say it's way better than Tom. It's definitely easier than Tom, but in my opinion, Tom isn't a dungeon either. It's more of a trial, and Tom, that's a whole nother subject for another video. But overall, as a mod, if I had to rank this in any particular order, I definitely wouldn't put it at the top of my tier list of modules, but it's definitely not at the bottom. I'd give it like a 5, 6 maybe, because the dungeon is average at best. The campaign is subpar in my opinion. Like, it's literally just rinse and repeat missions, and to me that's kind of getting old, and it's getting annoying. You just killing shit, you're running in a room, and it's just like there's no creativity behind it. You're still running encounters. The only difference is, you know, I see people who run more Tom and Lam than sometimes I do see running IC. And let's just talk about IC real quick. Let's just keep it 100. The rewards in IC are ass, bro. They are just straight ass, okay? I've ran enough IC to know that the chest in there, bro, sometimes I don't even get a piece of refinement. I'll get diamonds, a piece of gear, and that's it. For a legendary dragon key, there's sometimes you ain't even guaranteed refinement points. No blood ruby, no black opal. Not saying that that's value in itself, but still, you're robbing me of that. Like, the chests in there definitely need to be modified as an end game, as the end game dungeon in Neverwinter. Definitely needs to have better loot, as Sun Neverwinter needs to address in the future. How, in my opinion, does Lam and Tom have better loot than the newest dungeon in the game? Like, it doesn't really register in my brain when I think of an MMO. I always think of progression and the next thing being better, but it seems like with Neverwinter, it's kind of like they go forward, then they take 2 steps backwards in terms of mods and their progression. It's weird how they do it, but other than that, I mean, yeah, I don't think I missed anything out. I do want to know what you guys think about Mod 18 down in the comments below. Do you guys like it? Do you not like it? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? You know, let's just get a general feel for how this module is as a whole. I mean, it can't hurt to try. Our voices, that's the best thing I could say, right? Is that we just hope and pray as players of Neverwinter that they listen to us and that they provide us with a better game as a whole, because at the end of the day, if you're watching this video and you continue to play this game every day, you love the game like I do, and you want to see it, you know, succeed and thrive. And that's why I do these videos as well, man. I really want to see this community bumping. Shout out to all the freaking content creators out there on the platform doing their thing. I love seeing them upload again. You know, don't get me wrong, it was a little stale for a minute, guys, though, but glad everybody's back at it, grinding, you know. And as always, guys, it has been your boy Sonny here, and I will check you guys out in the next one.